Hi, everyone. Welcome to Bolt TV. I am your host, Hannah Henderson, and here with me today is Roy Spencer. He is the founder of Basement Defender and Perma-Seal Basement Systems. Welcome, Roy.
Hi, Hannah. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Well, I'm so excited to get into this. Tell us a little bit more about who you are, and then, of course, what your company does.
I started my business, Perma-Seal Basement Systems, 43 years ago, working out of the back of my pickup truck. I was the world's smallest waterproofing company. We do good work and stand behind it, and we're innovative and filled with integrity. So my business has grown. We have nearly 300 employees now, and we've serviced over 450,000 homeowners across the Chicagoland area. So quite the capitalism success story. But there was one Achilles heel and something we struggled with all these years. And that is, no matter what we did, and we used the best equipment and best trained people and the best processes, and to the point where we can guarantee your basement never to leak for as long as the structure is standing. So really good work. But the one Achilles heel is always the sump pump. And the sump pump happens to be the heart of the whole system. So anybody who's ever lived with a sump pump knows what happens when a sump pump fails. And you can get literally inches of water in your basement or crawl space in a matter of minutes, because a pump will pump thousands of gallons an hour, and all the water from around your home runs down to the bottom of the basement, ends up at the sump pump. So it really is the heart of the system. And of course, pumps are mechanical, and mechanical things all fail. You just never know when they do. So for years, we put in backup pumps, battery backup pumps. And so that if there's a second line of defense, if you will. But even those are mechanical devices. They rely on batteries and chargers and things. So for all that lines of defense we had to keep people's basements dry, inevitably after a hard storm, we'd get the occasional call where somebody's basement flooded, despite all our hard work and money they had spent with us to keep it dry. So it was just a very frustrating thing, and quite frankly, a heartrending thing, because our warranties cover, repairing our work, but I can't begin to replace the priceless things they lost in the flood, or the clean out and mold remediation and all those things. So that is what caused me to seek an answer. And the answer turned out to be what we now know as the Basement Defender. The Basement Defender is the only device that will test your pumps every morning at 8 a.m. You're actually going to hear the pump run mechanically, flip the switch on your primary pump and your backup pump, and it will monitor the amperage draw and report back to make sure your pump is working properly, your backup pump is working battery properly, and even the battery and the charger. And it will monitor all those functions. In addition, it monitors the temperature and humidity in the basement, just because we can, and it's good information to have. If there's any problem in any of those with that equipment, you'll get a push alert on your phone via an app. So it's just been a game changer for our industry. For the first time, people can know and not just hope that their sump pumps are working and your basements are protected. So that's the Basement Defender.
Well, and it's so interesting because, research has shown that sump pump failure is obviously the number one cause of basement flooding. And the repercussions of that are that homeowners are having, and insurance companies are having to pay, $2.5 billion a year in basement flooding. So obviously there's a clear need for this type of system that didn't previously exist in the market. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, insurance companies are very interested in our technology, because quite frankly, most people, don't have insurance, and the ones that do, the policies are very small, because insurance companies, this is a loser for them as well, because they, it costs tens of thousands of dollars sometimes to restore a basement and mold remediation and all that stuff. And nobody wants to pay thousands of dollars a year for coverage for that. So most of the time, if you are able to get an insurance coverage, it might have a $5,000 premium or something. So the insurance company is painfully aware that this is a weak link in their coverage too. And so it leaves the homeowner, overexposed. And so we're having some conversations with insurance companies, because if they know that their pumps aren't going to fail. They're not going to have the losses. They're going to be able to write much more generous coverage. So like I say, it's not just a game changer for our industry and for our homeowners, possibly even the insurance industry.
Absolutely. Well, and keeping that in mind, obviously there's a lot of new technology coming out this year. I know you guys just went to CES where you were able to show off this product. I'm curious, what tech trends are you most excited about this year?
Well, personally, again, I'm not a techie. There's a lot of cool stuff out there, and I can't wait for my kids to show me how it works. But from the Basement Defender, what we're excited about is, like I say, the whole trend is towards a smart home. And we've got a device that, clearly we've got our own router that we install with the Basement Defender, communicates that through the homeowner's Wi-Fi system. But my understanding is that there's a universal device that's going to get your Ring doorbell and your other smart home devices all communicating on the same wavelength, if you will. And so we're working with our manufacturer to make sure we're compatible with that. So I'm very excited about being part of the whole smart home environment, because we had a great deal of interest in the Basement Defender at the show, because these people who are in the electronic business and things in the smart home business, this is the missing piece of the puzzle. This is one area that nobody else has addressed, and we've done it very successfully.
Absolutely. Well, where can we find more information about Basement Defender?
Well, the best place is to go to basementdefender.com, to our website, and you should be able to find videos and information and answer all your questions there.
Amazing. Well, awesome stuff, Roy. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, for Bolt TV, I am Hannah Henderson, and we will see you next time.